Hey, what's going on, everybody? James here, your ABX audiophile. If you did not see my review of the Neil Blanchard Designs MLTL-6, please go watch that review. We ran into Neil at a bunch of audio shows, and we know him from social media, and he is a member of our Discord as well. And he has this Neil Blanchard company. He designs these transmission line speakers. They are absolutely fantastic. It's really cool to see somebody doing transmission line speakers properly. And if you don't know what a transmission line speaker is, go Google it. It's awesome technology, gives you amazing bass. With small drivers and a pretty compact, cabinet. So today, we actually built and reviewed the MLTL, Motion Line Transmission Line Speaker, MLTL-6 speaker. He actually sent us, I'm going to pull it up right here because I just like to bring this shit into the frame. He actually sent us this bad boy. All voidless birch cabinetry. This one was handmade by Neil himself. An actual review pair. Runs a nice little 4-inch driver, little soft dome tweeter. Absolutely fantastic. If the crossovers in these things are absolutely top shelf, man. I mean, this thing, and look at this. He bevels this all nice. He makes these things look so good. And it's all really nice natural birch. The plans are available on his website. You can buy the plans. You can buy the crossover schematics. He gives you all the parts lists for the drivers. He gives you everything you basically need, all the information and stuff. And then you can either build the cabinet yourself or you can get the flat pack from him. So we cover a lot of that stuff in the MLTL-6 review, the DIY review. We actually walk you through how to build these things. This one will not be that much different. I'm going to throw some of the specifications. We're going to talk about the bass, kind of how far these things dig. The funny thing is the 6 series, which uses a bigger driver and a bigger cabinet, I kind of felt like these almost dug down a little bit deeper. The bass from these things was insane. I mean, he talks about what these things dig down to, and I'm just like, I'm setting them up here in the room, where the baffles are right there, and I'm listening to these things, and I'm like, good Lord. I mean, that is some substantial bass comes out. And the bass that comes out, I would say it's not like some of these modern drivers where it's really just tight, like rubber band tight and really like kind of rigid. It's got this like snap and this tension to it. This is a more what I would call a natural bass. A drum sounds like a drum, kick drum, snare, all this stuff. That's one of the things that I use as drum sets. And it's like, because I kind of worked around bands and helping running sound for bands and doing band practice and stuff like that. And one of the things that kind of I know really well is acoustic guitar and drums. So when it comes to music, I can really hone in on those things. And one of the things that I like about the Neil Blanchard speaker is that it has this naturalness to it. It's not a, mechanical, modern, forced performance thing that takes the focus of the music and makes it kind of more performance-based. It sticks to what I would call true to sound. Very natural. The bass and the mids are probably neutral. The treble on these things, very detailed, lots of micro detail, a little bit on the warmer side. I think Neil Blanchard kind of gravitates towards a little bit more of a classic analog sound. So I would not say these speakers in the upper treble are neutral or forward. I would say they are just rolled back of neutral, a nice little warmth to them. This is something that you can listen to for a long time. You're not going to miss any micro detail that comes out of these things. If you have them set up in your room properly, they do use the room boundaries. So like Neil says, he likes to put these things a little bit closer to the speaker, the transmission line speaker. You can really emphasize and use that bass. So make sure that you're using your room when you have these speakers. If you set them up in your room and you got them pulled way out into the room and you find them to be a little bit bass light, and you're feeling like you need to add a subwoofer, because I don't think you need a subwoofer with these things, get them back to your room, get them back to your boundaries a little bit and start to use some of that reinforcement. That's actually how they're designed. And I think you'll find a nice balance there. So bass really good. Mid-range is good. Everything is kind of natural and neutral, not natural and forward. Not neutral and forward, so it's natural and neutral. Really good speaker. I'll post the price of these. It depends on kind of what crossover you have and what you decide to use with these speakers. But you know what? If you want an absolute bang for buck, I'm going to tell you guys right now that I have $5,000 stand mount speakers in my room right now as we speak sitting there, sitting there, sitting there, sitting there, that these punch up to. And in some cases are better than, depending on your pairing and stuff like that. These will like a little bit more forward, more neutral front end. So something that I would think about pairing these, we really like the Soul Note A2 with these. That was an absolutely magical, something that's a little bit more neutral, a little bit more tipped up and pushed. You're going to like that front end, or at least we did, making sure your source is nice and neutral and clean. If you get too much smokiness with these things, they can get kind of laid back. I liked them with the Pass Labs integrated 60. Although that got a little bit laid back. I enjoy that kind of music, so it was kind of perfect for me. But for a lot of you kind of modern audiophiles, I know you guys like this little forward biting edge, at least for a little while. I kind of grew out of that, but you know, it's a good space. So just depending on what you want, neutral speaker, so it's going to let your stuff through. The tweeter, a little bit warm, but still plenty detailed. So you're not going to lose any of the micro details here, but you're also not going to get that fatigue. So this thing will play nice with a wide variety. It's not like my B&W 705 S2s that you really have to pair carefully or you get the knives in your ears. You can run this with a gambit of gear and set up properly depending on how you want it to kind of blend between the mids and the bass and all of that stuff, you know, using your room and your boundaries to kind of bring that speaker to where it really performs the best. You're going to get a lot of good results. And like I said, these things will compete with $4,000 or $5,000 stand mounts. And I'm not making this up. I'm not telling you this because I think or I read somebody say that. I'm telling you that these will compete with a $4,000 to $5,000 bookshelf, like the 705 S2s, like the Atohm GT1s, like the Zoo Audio methods, like the Radiant Acoustic Clarity 4.2s. These are all, $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000 speakers that this Neil Blanchard will push right up to, and it will stand there right in line with them and say, okay, I'm here to play too. And you can get it for way less than half the cost, as long as you can do a little DIY and build your stuff together. So anyway, that is our thoughts about the Neil Blanchard 4.2 MLTL-4, not 4.2. I was thinking about the Radiant Acoustics. I just got done shooting that review too. So MLTL-4 from Neil Blanchard Designs, 4-inch driver, soft dome tweeter, transmission line speaker. Awesome stuff. If you're a DIY guy and you can do some clamping and gluing, maybe a little screwing and soldering some, crossover stuff together, this is going to be for you, because you can spend a little over $1,000 or so, $1,500, and you can have a speaker that kicks ass. So anyway, you guys be well. Have a good holiday. Thank you for being part of this charity. Almost $20,000 raised and donated this year, and it's because of you guys that some of these kids are getting some mentorship and some musical instruments and stuff. So keep up the great work. Make sure you get in our Discord, because I've been talking about this speaker for months. You're only seeing a small little portion of it. I've got sound clips, pictures, videos, short reviews, snippets. We've talked about it. We've shared it. It's in the Discord. And if you really want to support our charity, get over to our Patreon. $5-10 a month, man. It all adds up. We've got 15,000 subscribers. Imagine if all of you 15,000 subscribers. Imagine if all of you just donated $1 a month. $1 a month from each of you. That'd be $15,000 a month. Over $150,000 a year. We would be able to donate to youth musical programs just from your $1. So anyway, get over there to Patreon. I know you guys afford all this hi-fi shit. I know you can afford $10 a month, $5 a month, $20 a month. So go do it. Let's help the kids. Let's make some change, especially in this crazy world we live in right now. We can all make a difference. We can all do something. We can all pitch in and collectively actually shift somebody's life for the better. So appreciate you guys. Neil Blanchard Designs, awesome guy. See you at Capel Audio Fest. See you at Expona. See you in the Discord. Later, suckers.